Hello procrastinators and welcome to Big Ben Builds. Today I'm going to be building this. It's a yellow Jeep Rubicon Lego Technic thing. It was on sale, $60, and you can't argue with that. No, it's upside down, look, that's a great start. Yep, can't do much when it's upside down. Oh, never mind. Okay, so straight to the bags. Now, there's a few bags, they have Lego pieces in them. However, they do also have numbers on them. Turns out it's pretty important. You're supposed to open only the bags with the numbers on it, like set 1 for the first part, set 2 for the second part, but look what I did. What a pleb. Anyway, what a mess. Anyway, here we go. It's going to take me ages to build this now. I have no idea, like with every Lego model I've ever built, whenever you start it off, it doesn't resemble anything at all. Like, nothing at all. What the hell am I trying to build now? Like, I don't remember seeing blue parts and red parts in a yellow and black Jeep, or in any yellow and black car for that matter. Maybe it's an engine. Maybe. I mean, I do actually know because I remember building it, and I can tell you right now it still doesn't resemble much when you've actually built the entire first, set. So, yeah, that's why I'm speeding it up, because you don't want to spend the 4 hours it took me to build this over 2 successive days. And, I'm feeling why, because this part looks completely pointless, because even when I look at the model now, I can't see where this part is. I mean, it is in a box under the stairs, that's why I can't see it, so of course I won't be able to see, well, never mind. So now I'm adding some of the bigger pieces. They actually start to get a little bit big. It's amazing how big, Technic actually is. It's a lot bigger than your standard Lego. And ironically, none of the pieces match with normal Lego either. It's all bespoke, it's all Technic. It's like trying to make a Lego model with Connects. Weird. But this looks like an axle, and I thought it was an axle. It actually turns out it's like a steering column. It's a very long steering column. I thought this was going to be absolutely massive, and then I remember looking at the wheels and the tires, and I realized no. Oh, that part's completely wrong, by the way. Yeah, get the right one. Yeah, it turns out it's actually the steering you do with your fingers when you're playing with it. But it's not going to be played with. It's going to sit on the shelf as a monument to $60 well spent. But, it is what it is. There definitely isn't much yellow so far, if you haven't noticed. I mean, that part did have yellow and black in it, but everything else is blue, black, grey, not yellow. So it's definitely the understructure of the car. Must be. Oh, tea time, tea time. So now we're putting in the seats. It is only a 2-seater model. Well, I think it might be a 4-seater, but really you can only get 2 like normal sized people in the front and only like 2 very small childs in the back. So it looks like now we are building the rear axle. I do remember actually, I think there is some suspension. Oh look, there it is. The front of the car didn't have suspension. It didn't have it at all. It was really weird. Now, I do apologise, I'm terrible at tying knots. My friends at work will tell you. This was a real bugger for me. It took me 20 minutes. Like, I edited it out. It took me a long time to tie this stupid winch in place. And spoiler alert, it came loose. I never thought they actually made yellow Rubicons or yellow Wranglers. I thought it was bespoke, you know, a gimmick. What the f? So it looks like we're on to day 2, because the camera angle has changed. All I can say is, yeah, it took that long. So I'm going to start with the grille. Each one of those yellow parts was luckily already had a sticker on it. But this is now the actual engine I'm putting on, because you can't really see it unless your TV's 90 inches. It actually says V6 on there, which is a little underpowered, I believe. And there are no electronics in this model. There's no motors or anything like that, which probably makes it a little bit more reliable than your average Chrysler product. So the Rubicon is actually like the dog's bollocks. This code of color is the hella yellow, even though white was more popular. So the Rubicon has like locking front and rear axles. It does have the larger wheels. It's supposed to be the most capable off-road version of the Wrangler that you can buy, which does make sense. It won't be the fastest, but probably the most capable. This one only has suspension on its back for some reason, so I don't think this one's going to be able to take you up to the top of Mount Everest. Oh, what do I know? I drive a sedan. The first ever Jeep was actually built in 1940, which is before what everyone actually thinks it was. Everyone thought it was after Pearl Harbor and they built it because of the war and they knocked it up in a few weeks. It was actually like conceived so much longer before that. Like I think November 1940 by MB or Willys or something. But they made the main chassis and they mass produced it. Something like 2,500 that were pushed into World War II immediately as America entered. But I ain't no history buff, so I suppose you'll probably correct me in the comments because I'm probably wrong. What I do know is that the original Jeep was very popular, that people, like countries, should I say, and companies around the world started to copy it, rather disastrously in some cases. One of the noticeable ones that's still going on today would probably be the Mahindra, which is made in India. Oh look, there's one now. That one basically is like, it's not a bad vehicle, but it doesn't really hold a candle to the real thing. And you'd probably say that the only real decent, say, copycat, if you like, was probably the legendary Land Rover, especially the Defender, which in a lot of capabilities is actually more capable than the original Wrangler, even to this day. But again, there's a lot of electrical problems with Defenders and Wranglers, like they're all the same. But there it is, fully built it. It took me like 16.5 years and 15,000 cups of tea, but I did it in the end. Now it's gonna probably sit on the mantelpiece and never get played with it until I actually have children. Oh well. I hope you enjoyed watching me rant and talk a load of absolute nonsense. And, well, I hope to see you next time. Ta-ta for now.